6:45 on my way to Hewitt training, helicopter underwater egress training. No, helicopter. Yeah, underwater egress training. You got it. Basically, how you get out of a helicopter if it goes underwater. Since
in half a mile, the destination is on your right, 2916 North University Avenue.
So I got that today. Hopefully it's a short class and I can get out and start driving towards New Orleans, which is going to be like 2 hours away. Go through Baton Rouge. Maybe I can see some cool stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Get to a secure position and wait for rescue. The third phase finally is the onset of hypothermia. And I tell people you're actually lucky if you live long enough.
When you'll scoop up the water, it's deployed underneath. Is that or
well? If we're hover snorkeling, then we have a snorkel that hangs down and we just hover over the water source and it sucks it up in.
Okay.
And when we're sea snorkeling, which is 99% of the time, we have a hard snorkel with a dive plane on it that hangs out behind the helicopter.
All right, we got a lunch break. Been dunked in the tank several times, flipped over, water up my nose. It's good stuff. We got a little bit of a lunch break, and I have to go find this place called Patacon. I don't have that much time. I don't know if they were serving anything in there or not, but I didn't come in here to eat cafeteria food. Well, I came here for training, but I'm gonna eat good while I can. Patacon, on my way. When I'm out of town, I always check Yelp to get a line on what might be good to eat. Yes, Yelpers can be brutal at times, but it gives me a good idea of what's good to try, and they didn't steer me wrong with Patacon. The small, non-assuming building would be easy to miss, but stepping inside, Patacon opens up to a small, welcoming interior. Behind the cozy ordering counter, you find bright yellow walls adorned with blackboards with neat white chalk letters spelling out all of Patacon's tasty offerings. Looking through the menu, believe me, I wanted to try everything, but I was short on time, and I knew what I wanted before I stepped through the doors, and I stuck to it. It's white rice, black beans, ground beef empanada, and Patacon. A Patacon is a sandwich that uses fried green plantains instead of a bun. We make them on a food truck sometimes, but we call it a jibarito. Did you hear that crunch? This sandwich was everything I hoped it would be. Patacon, what can I say? Fresh, over-the-top, tasty Venezuelan food is a Latin cuisine oasis in the heart of Cajun country. If you make it anywhere near Lafayette, this place deserves your attention. After class, I hopped in the car and started the trip east to New Orleans. 1 hour into the trip, while sitting in traffic on the Huey-P. Bridge, I noticed a gray-hulled warship sitting on the banks of the Mississippi, and I had to check it out. The USS Kidd is a Fletcher-class destroyer named after Rear Admiral Isaac Kidd, who died on the bridge of his flagship, the USS Arizona, during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Kidd was the first American admiral ever to be killed in action. The Kidd saw heavy action in World War II, participating in nearly every important naval campaign after she joined the fight in 1943. In 1846, the state legislature designated Baton Rouge, Louisiana's new capital, to replace the sinful New Orleans. Rather than mimic the federal capital in Washington, D.C., as many other states had done, the architect designed a capital in Neo-Gothic, complete with turrets, towers, and stained glass. The building now acts as a museum that lays out the history of the building in the city of Baton Rouge.
I could wander this building or the streets of Baton Rouge for hours, but I knew I had to finish this hour drive towards New Orleans before rush hour hit, so I hopped in the car and pointed east. If there is such thing as a spirit city, then New Orleans is mine. You cannot place a footstep in this town without traversing three of my favorite things: food, music, and history. The music of the city started with Sunday gatherings of slaves here in Congo Square and has evolved to what can be found in many from any jazz club or brass band playing on the corner for people from every corner of the earth. I love walking in the city by myself and allowing each of my senses to truly absorb the culmination of things past to make this very moment. It's the architecture, the horns playing with the beat of a drum. It's the smell and the taste of the food. It's how my feet feel when I walk these streets. I think about the innovative, creative, and interesting people of this city that have walked it before me. History is intertwined in everything here.
All right.
609 9771, brother, and you don't need a gun. We still one.
I like it. You got
I got New Orleans cooking, seasoning. I left my egg on New Orleans sauce at home. I'm mad as hell. But right now I got hot sauce. I got some good seasoning rolling. Gonna make the town smell good. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? Good music, good sound, and good smell.
Feature my girl, Honey
Where we at?
Savage.
Franklin Street, New Orleans.
Poet/freestyle.
I love New Orleans. Know why? Because I'm from here.
It's vibration, yo, duration. You can feel the vibe inside. My man gave me that, cause you know he's just cool like that. Don't you know that it's ready? Ain't full, but I be full of this rhyme. Cause I be rhyming like I'm going out of my mind. See my man rolling in the whip when it's time. Because you know I don't slip because I be dropping his lines. Lyrically, I'm gonna make sure I represent. When I'm on this microphone, and then you know it's every hit. So my man got this phone and it says cool to brown on his shirt. You just watching me put in work. Cause every time that I rhyme, you know it's wicked. I'm just trying to be in the moment, you two know, but I can kick it. But here comes the hook one more time. Me and Honey Savage, and then we drop it on the now ride. So we kick, and push, and coast. That's the way that it go. We like to welcome everybody to the show. So we kick.
And I worked my way back to the French Quarter for a midnight snack before they closed the kitchen at Coop's place. Then I head back to get some sleep and start thinking about what I'm going to see and eat tomorrow.